Mori ore te whānau, what's going on? Before we roll into the intro like we normally do every week, don't forget we're giving away a Portai, one of these beautiful 99 Dreams hats. We're going to extend it another week because no one's actually commented on our on our YouTube videos. So go head over to our YouTube. It's 99 Dreams NZ, or just type in the search bar, the practice run. Go to the most recent video. We'll take it from all of this week's videos and last week's round 4 preview videos. So comment down on any one of the videos that pop up over the next 2 weeks, and all you have to do is just comment your favorite player, and you go on the draw to win one of these Portai, one of these hats. And we will ship these worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you live. If you live in Tahiti, Fiji, Russia, England, New England, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Connecticut, Texas, Hawaii, wherever in the world you live, we will send this out to you. Even if you live in a small town like Te Puke or Outram or Karitane here in Aotearoa, just comment who your favourite player is. It could be Jordan Ricky, it could be Luke Capewell, it could be Keon Matangi, could be anybody. Just comment down below who your favorite player is, and we could be sending this Portai your way. So, welcome to the practice run, your frontline pass to the heart of sports action, brought to you by 99 Dreams, inspiring others to chase their dreams. With your host, Rawuri, Tukoerangi, and sometimes Brother Vincent. We're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL and rugby league today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we got you covered.
So strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, and the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win, experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, couch analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you entertained, informed, and part of our practice squad. Because here, every practice run takes us one step closer to glory.
The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play every episode, every day.
And another huge shout out to our sponsors, 99 Dreams, for powering our passion and sponsoring us with one of these Portai to give away. So definitely get in amongst that whānau, and without further ado, let's get into things. Here's a rundown of today's lineup. So we'll just have a quick catch up about how our weekend was, about all the footy that's been going on. We'll announce our team of the week. We'll review all the games that happened over the weekend, and then we'll close out with our power rankings and a few final words. We'll also touch on a few key injuries and some news that's going around the league as we get to each of the teams. But before we start any of that, you already know what it is. You know what it is. I had a hot week last week, whānau. I went 2-0. I beat Vince and I beat 2. All right, here we go. You know the rules. It's just 1, 2, 3, shoot. It's paper, scissors, rock. There's not really like any weight to this. It's all just for the mana of it. But anyway, are you ready, brother?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoot. And up.
Oh! Switch it up. I don't like that too. When I threw it, I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Oh, man. See, I was thinking I better switch it up because I'm always going rock. But hey, it goes to show. Nice win, brother. Nice win.
We'll take it.
Bro, so how's the weekend? What did you get up to? What did you do? It was an Easter weekend too, so a long weekend.
Yeah. So long weekend. I didn't really get up to much. Just caught up with some friends from the gym. Hung out with the whānau and just watched some league pretty much. It wasn't really... I know we were meant to go down to Wellington, but I couldn't quite afford that trip. So we decided to go the other way and just chill and relaxed. And yeah, no, it was good. It was good. What about you, bro?
Yeah, much like you, brother. I really just chilled. It was the first time in a long time I got to have back-to-back days where I can just chill, get a good sleep in. So it was kick back, watch a lot of footy. Like I said, we were supposed to head to Wellies. Yeah, ka aroha, my bro. Next time. and there's been an invite for us to go back down this weekend, but I think I'm in the same waka. But funds are looking a bit dry, so like this is my formal apology, and if the bro wants one, he can just click back here and say, "Look, Jerry, good luck overseas. We'll see you back home one day, but until then, man, live it up over there, stay safe, and don't get shanked, Miles." Any words to the brother Jerry? Oh, Fano, if you don't know, one of our Usos, he's flying the coop. He's heading over to Europe to be with his partner.
Ooh.
And yeah. So I think he's looking forward to getting over there. There's supposed to be a leaving party this Saturday, but I don't think I can make it. We'll see, but I don't think I can.
Yeah, no, actually, for some reason I thought it was like a month away, but it's this Saturday. So I'll be in the same boat as I just can't afford that. It's a little bit too expensive for my end, but surely we'll bump into brother Jerry again. Wish him nothing but the best over there. Hopefully, he goes over safe and that. But yeah, try it.
Yeah, hard. Sure, brother, enjoy your trip, and sorry we can't be there. But anyway, now that's over. Should we have a dive into the team of the week? You do the forwards, I'll do the backs, and then we'll come together and do the halves together.
Yep.
Easy. Do you want to kick things off with the forwards?
Yeah, I will. So now, team of the week, this is our combined team. At lock, we have Paddy Carrigan. Great performance over the weekend. I believe he got player of the game, right? He won some sort of medal.
Yeah, the Carl Webb medal. It's the first ever because Carl Webb just passed away, so it's going to be the medal contested between North Queensland Cowboys and the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, that's a nice.
So he's the inaugural winner.
Nice little touch from the team. In the second row, we have Keon Koloamatangi and Luke Capewell. Both had great games on the weekend. Capewell, I thought, was a standout in that Warriors game, and same for Keon Koloamatangi. And in the forwards, we have Flegler, the former Broncos, now playing for the junior Broncos. And we have Stefano, who plays for the Tigers. I just thought all those Tigers played well. It's not often you see Para get dominated in the forwards. But he was really, really good. And then running out our forwards. Oh, we're doing the spine together?
No, Hooker still comes in under the forwards, and then we'll just do the halves.
Yeah. And then at Hooker, we've gone with Wade Egan. Honestly, I'm starting to question he might be elite at this stage. He transforms that team. They'll be missing him the last couple of weeks while he's been injured. He's taken his game to another level, and they look different with him. So yeah, that's your forwards for the week, for our team of the week.
Yeah, man, there's some great players, and then there were some amazing players that missed out, of course. But like to said, this is our combined team of the week. This is the practice runs team of the week presented by 99 Dreams. So in the backs, it looks like, man, Dylan Edwards, is he just like the fittest guy in the NRL at the moment, or what? Because he is everywhere all the time, all at once. It's almost like there's four of him on the field sometimes. That guy is something special. Then we've got the winger for the Panthers, Taruva. He had a spectacular game. I actually thought the Roosters wingers would dominate the Panthers wingers. However, it went the opposite. Then on the other wing, we've got Ronaldo Mulitalo, who had a phenomenal game with the Sharks, bagging himself a double and getting the dub over the Raiders. In the centres, we got Jack Whiten, who had a great game. It looks like he's slowly finding his rhythm with the Bunnies there. And Joey Manu, mate, he was playing out of his mind on Thursday night. He definitely showed the difference in calibre between a real centre and the Panthers centres. There's a lot of hype around them, but they've yet to sort of stand up against quality opposition. But hey, you don't need to be a one-man team when you're surrounded by phenomenal players, and that's what the Panthers have that joy of being, is just a solid team top to bottom. Over to you for the halves. You pick whichever one you want, bro.
The number 6, we've gone with the rookie, Lachlan Galvin. I thought he did really well today. Shows a bit of fearlessness as a youngster, not afraid to make mistakes. He laid on 2 try assists, and he even had 10 minutes in the bin for that unfortunate hip tackle. But he looks good out there. He looks like the moment doesn't get too big for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we thought we'd go with him. he's the early favourite for Rookie of the Year, and he's looking good out there.
Yeah, just unfortunate about that hip drop tackle. He's probably looking at time on the sideline, even though he is a first time offender. It's hip drop's a hip drop, and we were just saying that most of the boys who did hip drops over the weekend are looking at minimum 2 weeks early guilty plea. So he's probably looking at similar timelines. And with our halfback, we've gone with Nico Hines, helping the Sharks turn around their performance from last week, and even turning the whole game performance around for the Sharks this week. They were down big time and somehow managed to pull some magic out of their ass and get over the Raiders with a dub. Luckily, too, because it was a home game, I'm pretty sure, for the Sharks. So their fans would have loved to see that bounce back win, especially after losing to the Tigers in such emphatic fashion last week. So that's good signs for the Sharks that they're able to, no matter how far they get down, they could bounce back. That's what you want. That's as Rocky Balboa says, it's not about how many times you get hit, it's how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. So that's our team of the week for round 4. We do this every week, and that was presented to you guys by 99 Dreams. All right, over to our weekend reviews. That first game, Thursday night, man. I got to start eating my words a bit about this Panthers team. I didn't think they looked that good. They did it against the Broncos. I'll be honest, man. They did it. They just exploited our weakness in that game. But I think after watching the Roosters game, I think what they do is they just chip away at you. They attack you really aggressively and early in that first half. They really keep you on the back foot. I think in 3 or 4 of the first sets the Roosters had, they couldn't even get out of their 40. They were just pinned down, man. Those Panthers are off the line real quick. They're real aggressive, and they play some hard and fast footy. Like I said, Dylan Edwards is all over you. He's all over you like a bloody rash. He's everywhere and anywhere with his 246 run meters. What the hell? He's a freak, man. Taruva with his 3 line breaks and Mitch Kenny with his 44 tackles. But what's the standout is that Nat Butcher had 65 tackles, and that just goes to show how much possession that the Panthers had. They had 28 minutes and 45 seconds worth of possession versus the Roosters 26 minutes, and they just kept coming at you. They don't stop. What do you think about that game on Thursday night?
Look, I'm gonna same as what you said, man. To me, that was a statement game. That was total domination. That to me put the whole league on notice that not only can they win 4 in a row, I think they're gunning for it.
Yeah.
I mean, no Nathan Cleary there. Luai has his best game.
Yeah.
Brad Schneider, gets picked over from Super League, and he's looking like a good player, like an NRL starter, and he's coming off their bench. I read down here, we're talking about Dylan Edwards being one of the elite fullbacks of the game, but he might just be out and out one of the best players in the NRL. Like, that try he scored was ridiculous. I was a little about to message you. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, bro, like, are you kidding? Like, the way he kicked it? And no, like, come on. So yeah, that's probably one of the best games that I've seen from Dylan Edwards. He was just doing stupid things. Their back 3 will always get them in the game because how he carries, how Taruva carries. And then you've got who's on the other wing? Oh, To'o, of course. And it's just, I thought that game would be a lot closer. I picked the Roosters to win, and they just got absolutely whacked. Now, we do have to talk about... Yeah, bro, they got absolutely whacked. And for me, the changing moment, the defining moment was that no try, the one that they've been talking about with the...
the Joey Manu head spin.
Yeah, the Joey Manu freaking scorpion try. And got pulled back because Edwards was apparently impeded, even though it happened a whole 20 meters away. From then on out, it just seemed like the game shifted, and it was just a shutout, bro. Just over.
Yeah, I was gutted with that call. I thought And like Joey Mano's not even in my fantasy team, but I thought, man, can you really argue the point that he'd get there?
No.
We'll never know. I hope one day that, and with the progression of AI technology, that in the bunker they can base off of their average speed and average goal line defense whether or not it would make it. Like how in cricket you've got will hit, won't hit.
Oh yeah.
I reckon we can get the technology in the future that will say whether or not he'd make that tackle, and you can give try and no try based off of those AI analytics.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually with you on that. I wouldn't mind seeing that if there was like a probability, like what would have happened if he wasn't impeded, how much he would have affected it. And yeah, if it's saying like if it's like 50, like the possibility of him scoring is over 50, then they give it, and if it's under, then they don't. But because what's the ruling? The ruling is it's denied a chance, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're denied a chance to add sliding, then it's going to get called back every time. Stupidest rule ever.
But it's also different player to player. So like Dylan Edwards versus Moses Leota, he wouldn't be able to cover that distance and make that tackle, so they would have gave it. But because it was Dylan Edwards, there's a potential that he can get there in time.
I think we're about another 10, 15 years away from that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what could solve that problem? Bring back Benny of the Doubt.
Oh.
The Young Bucks, you don't know what that Benny of the Doubt could do to the outcome of a game. You'd have, it would be the try-defining moment. It's clearly a no try. They just go benefit of the doubt.
Benny of the Doubt. Jeez. They might actually need to bring that back sometimes because some of these decisions in the bunker. I don't know, man.
Bro, I used to love Benny of the Doubt. I feel like Warriors fans hated Benny of the Doubt because I swear you never got the rub of the green. Oh man, but yeah, look, that's the Roosters to the Panthers. It was 22-16 for those who didn't watch. And yeah, our man of the match was definitely Dylan Edwards, and that's why he is on Team of the Week. Second game was Friday, Good Friday, great Friday because it's a day off. It was played at Accor Stadium. South Sydney Rabbitohs 20 points over the Bulldogs 16. How do you feel about that one, brother?
Yeah, I actually didn't watch any of these games. I was already well and truly into the night. But, I mean, I think I said it. I picked Rabbitohs to win it. I thought we might play them into form. I think I seen the score at halftime and it was 12-10. We were up. But from what I'm hearing, we had chances. We just couldn't execute. And, yeah, look, unfortunately, we've got 2 injuries and 1 suspension coming from the game. So changes are coming in. And I hope one of them involves Critter going to fullback because I feel as though I'm going to have a quick look at his stats. How many times did he touch the frickin' ball? I don't care exactly what he did. I just want to know how many times he touched it. I mean, that's what I've been saying this whole time. We need to get him the ball. And what did he do? He only had 15 runs. Oh, but I'm guessing most of them were coming in the backfield. 150 meters, 50 post contact, 1 tackle break, 1 try assist, 3 line break assists. Oh, okay. I feel as though he could do more if he was at fullback. But yeah, look, I don't got much to say. I didn't really watch the game. Jack White better get thing because he did a hip drop tackle on Preston. It didn't get called. Bullshit. But yeah, look, on to the next one. I'll give it a couple more weeks before I start really going in on this team.
Man, hey, you got to be proud of your Bulldogs. They showed a lot of fight. The Bunnies stole that from you guys in the end. There were a few missed calls in there. I'm still not convinced that the Bunnies are a team that's here to play. I think that they are a bottom feeder. I think they are shark bait. What I do know is that the Bulldogs are showing some life. I've liked the way they've looked. They've been building over the past couple of weeks. So Bulldogs fans shouldn't be too harsh. It's not all bad. Like I'm looking here at the stats. You guys aren't completing sets properly. You had a 77 completion rate to the Bunnies' 94 completion rate, but you had all the possession. You had 31 minutes and 9 seconds of possession versus the Bunnies' 26 minutes of possession. The attack was all your way. You had 211 runs, 1,794 run meters total, 591 post contact meters. The only places where they beat you in the stats here is in line breaks, tackle breaks, and average set distance, where the Bunnies were running for 43.46 meters to your 37.38. But you guys were bringing that ball back hard and fast on those kick returns. Connor Tracy with his 216 run meters. He ran more than most forwards on both sides of the ball. So look, you guys have a team. Like you say, you probably are some forwards away from competing regularly. But it's not saying that you guys have a wooden spoon team on your hands. You have been unfortunate some of these last few weeks not to win these games. But overall, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the Bulldogs, more so than the Bunnies. One thing I would like to touch on here with the Rabbitohs game is the fans and the constant booing of Latrell Mitchell. I feel like, come on, man. If you're a fan of rugby league, you should be able to boo in lightheartedness, not every time they get the ball or every time they walk out on the field. He's a great player, and the game would be lost without him. He's a dynamic player. He can change the game in an instant. He deserves to be celebrated. He deserves a lot more respect than what he's currently receiving. Because I'd hate to see him just retire early just because of the disrespect that he's getting from fans. Just because he's not on your team, there's no reason to boo him as much as you do. Even South fans, though, are getting quite over Latrell. Just because they're losing. They're like, oh, we're paying him all this money. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He goes missing on defense. Like, hey, maybe if you treated him a bit better, he might perform for you guys. And another big storyline coming out of that game is the hip bone collision with the Fox. And he's expected to be out for about 2 weeks. The 11-day mandatory standout. He was out like a light, man. And I feel bad because Latrell was trying to put him in the recovery position and everyone's trying to pull him off at the same time. It's like, do you just not know that the man's is unconscious? He needs to be put in recovery position so he doesn't vomit and choke on his tongue. If you've ever done first aid, you should know. So shout out Latrell for doing that, man. And hey, fuck the haters, brother. Keep doing you, man. You're a phenomenal player. And I'm sure we'll see you get some form sooner or later. Over to the main event, the Queensland Derby. I hate how they call everything a Queensland Derby now. Like, they're like, oh, Titans versus the Dolphins, Queensland. Nah, that's just a regular game. Just happens to be in Queensland from two teams that play in Queensland. That's not a derby. They ain't been around long enough for there to be like anything to be having a war over. Whereas the Broncos, Cowboys, this has always been that big brother, little brother match. But now over the past few years, it's kind of been, twin brothers going at it. The Broncos really showed a lot of life this game. There's so many storylines going on. They miss Payne Haas. They're missing Reece Walsh. It's going to be hard for them, but they've got Adam Reynolds back this week. And then, Pierre Coulter gets injured again in training. That kid could not stay healthy for the life of him. I'm only mad because he's in my fantasy team. I wouldn't be so mad if he wasn't in my fantasy team. He put me under pressure. But anyway, he's getting dropped this week. But look, the Broncos were able to stand up and deliver to the fans a showcase. It was a dewy, wet night to start off the night up there in Suncorp Stadium. Billy Walters gets over the line first, and it was in let me see if I can pull up the time. Yeah, 2 minutes in, Billy Walters over the line. And from then on, it looked like the Broncos weren't letting go of the gas. Jesse Arthurs gets across in the 12th minute. Valentine Holmes answers back in the 15th. And I was like, okay, here we go. Cowboys showing a bit of life. And then right away, Katoni Staggs answers back. And that I'm pretty sure he picked that up off the kick. So I'm pretty sure it was, if I remember correctly, I was at the bar and I was getting pretty toasted at this point. But I'm pretty sure Adam Reynolds kicks it across field, and Katoni Staggs clutches it out of midair, dives over. Beautiful try. Beautiful try. If you ever get a chance to watch the highlights, highly recommend it. It was a kicking masterclass from Adam Reynolds. He almost made the 7 for our team of the week. The only reason he didn't is probably because I just thought it'd be too biased, so I took him out. But man, he had a kicking masterclass. We definitely missed that last week against the Panthers. Had he been there, would it have been a different story? Who knows? Couldn't tell you. The only time we'll find out is when we play them at home in Brisbane, and hopefully it's not during Origin period, because that would be a boring game. It'd be like fun still, but like you want to see it max capacity versus max capacity, proper grand final rematch, not like a semi-depleted team versus a very depleted team. The Cowboys showed some life. Tom Dearden, one of the tackles of the year, maybe of like his career, is definitely going to be a highlight. Selwyn Cobbo gets this mean breakaway, bro. He's there for all money. He's over that line. He's seeing it, and Tom Dearden from the other side of the field catches him. I think it's about maybe 3 meters out from the try line. Selwyn manages to get the ball down, but half his body is already in touch. That's Tom Dearden, man, making the greatest try-saving tackle of all time. 38-12 was the final score, and it's just hard luck, Cowboys. Right on home, baby. Right on home. Broncos, we needed this win because obviously we're trying to get back to the grand final this season. The more losses we take at the start of the year, the less rest we get towards the end of the season, because every game becomes a must-win trying to get into the top 8. And it looks like it's going to be a tight fight to stay in the top 8 this year with so many big hitters. Yeah, I've spoken a lot. What do you reckon, bro?
I think I said it in the preview. Didn't really look forward to the game. And on Friday, like I said before, I was absolutely gone at that point. I have no recollection of the night whatsoever, or at that point of the night. Yeah, I picked the Cowboys to win. I thought, you were missing Payne Haas, Reece Welsh. I knew Adam Reynolds would make a difference because he was coming back, and I just thought he would probably take more control of the game. But I think the Cowboys were coming off that win from the week before. Yeah, the one where they smacked the Dragons. And they were the only undefeated team left, I believe, which is why I went with them. And they absolutely let me down. So look, good win for your boys. Keeps you guys there in hunt. It's still early in the season, but if we look at the everyone's records, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 teams have 2 wins, and actually 7 teams have 2 wins, 2 losses, and then the Storm and the Tigers are the other teams with 2 wins. Oh, and the Dolphins. But those 3 teams have had the bye as well. So early days, she's looking like a close comp. Everyone has a win except for the Titans. So yeah, early days, good dub for yous.
Yeah, it's a great win for us. However, it goes to show that I think the Cowboys have so far benefited from a fairly easy schedule. You look at the teams that they've beaten, none of them actually stand out as a team that you think is a front runner. It started off like, oh man, they beat the Knights. The Knights look like they're or thereabouts. It's round 4 now. The Knights don't look like they're getting any better. Then they've beaten the Titans, right? Or was it the Dolphins they played?
They smacked the Dolphins in that first game.
Yeah, so that was, I think, the Dolphins having an influx of new players, not quite knowing what they're doing. Then they had the bye week, so now they're looking like they've sorted themselves out. They've played the Dragons, who are an up-and-down team. Everyone's considering the Dragons as a wooden spooner, so you'd expect them to beat them. Now they come up against a team that's depleted, however, was supposed to be there or thereabouts grand final team. Showed they couldn't get it done against us. So how much further do they fall when they play the likes of a Melbourne Storm, Penrith Panthers, a Sydney Roosters, and a Manly Sea Eagles. So that'll be one to watch out for. The Broncos, however, now we've got a few weeks of tough challenges. Next week we go up against Melbourne Storm. Following that, we take on the Dolphins, which could be a game we might lose, we might win. Then we've got the Raiders, then the Tigers, which is a game that I'm kind of like, we might actually be having to prepare for that one. It's not a bye round anymore. So that's interesting. And then, the Roosters after that. So we've got a long way before our first bye. A lot of time to try and figure out what's working with this team and what's not. But I'm excited for where we're going, and I'm excited for where we're headed. It was a great game, and it just showed to me that the Broncos aren't giving up, not just yet. And also, how good do those jerseys look? Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, no, they do look good. I'll admit that. They're looking pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm so stoked I copped one, because they sold out the same day they dropped.
Not surprised.
But I think manufacturers also have to buy them through the website. So, yeah. Heading over to Saturday now, Easter Saturday. Is Saturday the day you get the Easter eggs? I'm confused how Easter works.
Nah, you're totally asking the wrong dude. I wouldn't even have a clue.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
normally, right? I think it is. It's either isn't it Sunday when you do like the
I
whole
don't know,
kids go hunting? I don't know. Yeah. Next.
Yeah. Anyway. If you know, comment down below. Let us know. Is it Easter Saturday, Sunday, or Monday you get the eggs? You give us the rundown.
Yeah, so the next game is the Dragons against Manly. This was, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. It was a game full of errors from main players, in particular Tommy Turbo and DCE. They did not have their best game. Turbo just straight knocked it on cold from like a simple pass, and he did it twice. And I think he had another error as well, so I don't know what was happening. It started off all simple. I'm pretty sure Turbo nearly scored the first try, and then he flicked it to the winger last second in like the first 2 minutes of the game, and it looked like it was going to be one of those games. And Manly had the early going at the start, but then just error after error after error, and I'm not too sure about the Dragons yet, what kind of team they are, but I know that they seem to me like a resilient team. They definitely look different to last year's side. Like they got a bit of spirit about them, and they still got enough class, aka Ben Hunt and Sloan, that if you give them enough ball, they will make you pay. And they made Manly pay. I mean, I don't know what to say about Manly. It just wasn't their day. Luke Brooks, I'd say probably looked the best. He's still looking good out there. So yeah, but I don't know whether it says more about Manly just having a day off, or just an off day, or whether Dragons are a good team. I'm still confused about them. Still confused about the game. I think Dragons. I would say that Dragons aren't a wooden spoon team. They've got 2 quality wins this year, which is more than what I can say. And yeah, look, Shane Flanagan is the coach. He's got them going well. Zach Lomax looks like he's leaving at the end of the year, but boy, he's still in career best form. Sloan looks like he's now a grown man and just killing fools. I read down here, early favorite for most improved. I'd have to give it to him. I've just gone on the early form, and yeah, look, their fours look good. Ben Hunt's still a class player. And I think what that game showed me is that you have to show up no matter who you're playing. No, it seems like no team's an easy team to beat now, other than it seems when people are playing the Titans. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, look, you muck around and you do too many errors, you're going to pay for it, and they paid for it, man. Dragons, I think they deserved their victory. They played better. They held onto the ball more. They took the opportunities when it came, and Manly paid the price. They paid the price dearly. So yeah, that's what I saw, bro. What about you? What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, again, same as you. It really surprised me. I had going into that game Manly, and that was I think the first game outside of the first game of the season that I picked against the Dragons. So you're welcome, Dragons fans. Maybe I'll do it again this week and hope you guys get the win. But look, I thought on paper, Manly are the better team. They should have got the job done. Like you said, Travojevic had a rough game. Daddy Cherry Evans had a rough game. Is it just that they had just an off night? Is it that their performance is declining? Are they a team that only stand up when it's against a tough team? And do they crumble against some of the wouldn't say lower teams, but maybe lower ranked teams in the ladder? Um, you're right. I don't think the Dragons are a wooden spoon. I didn't think that anyway to begin the season. Um, I just think they're showing too much life to go down without a fight. And I think, much like the Tigers this year, the Dragons are going to be one of those teams where you're going to actually have to show up and play against them. They're not going to just roll over and let you have the 2 points and move up the ladder. I like Zach Lomax. He's having a great season out there. He's really putting forward a case to show that other teams, look, he's still got it. He's dedicated and he's hungry, and which is also beneficial to the Dragons because now they can sort of look to move him on and bring in some pieces because other clubs will take him on knowing that he's still in great form. So he's doing himself and the club a lot of favours there. There's still those rumours rolling around about him going to Para. Para still seem interested. They're thinking about sending over a forward in return for Lomax, which will be something interesting to look out for in the season. Sloan is having himself a year, man, and with, the age of Tedesco, Travojevic, Latrell, and even Dylan Edwards, he's the next line of New South Wales fullbacks to look forward to in the future. Not right now, obviously. They've got plenty of fullback stock, but he's definitely a young man on the rise with plenty of football left in him. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him there or thereabouts in some of the upcoming years. Maybe 2026, 2027. You might see him in a New South Wales camp. Might not have the one jersey on, but he'll definitely have the 18th man until he gets to watch some of these old blokes leave. But he is a phenomenal player, man. He can turn a lot of nothing into something. And the way he runs and hits those gaps, I like it. Maybe just a little bit more size on him. He looks a bit too skinny. I fear sometimes he might get hurt in some of those tackles. He's got quite long, skinny legs. But phenomenal player. And those Dragons forwards just know how to get it done. They're consistent. They're not consistent. They're persistent. They just persist with it over and over again. When you look at them side by side, you look at Manly's forwards, you get like, oh yeah, they got Paseka, they got Josh Aloiai, Olakawatu, Travojevic. You're looking at that, you're like, bro, they should run over Faitala Mariner, Sua, Leilua, Lowry, Little, Molo. Bro, how many L's are in these names? Boy, shush. Yo, Molo, Little, Lowry, Leilua, Leilua, Sua, Faitala Mariner. Jeepers. Anyway, they had some great games. And well done to the Dragons. Keep on winning. Over to the Saturday night game. Look, I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that I watched the whole thing. I didn't. I even tried to watch the replay on Sunday. I still didn't. It wasn't interesting then. It wasn't interesting the next day. I thought maybe I'm just tired. I'm a little bit dusty from Friday night, so I'll just go to bed. I'll watch the replay the next day. I'll watch the replay. I'm like, nah, I'm off. I didn't need it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I watched the first half too, and I thought this game's boring, so I went to bed at halftime as well. But when I went to bed, I swear it was close. Woke up and then I don't know how the Titans just got smacked again. Like it was ridiculous. Going off these two teams, Dolphins, another team, not quite sure. I don't know whether they're good or bad, but I know as it currently stands, they're at the top of the table.
What?
Yeah, they're top of the table, bro. Because they
had how messed up the draw is, eh? That's how messed it up.
Because they had the first round bye, so they got 2 wins, 1 loss, 6 points. But they're in first place by 1 point, points differential, 29. Panthers got 28.
Because the Dolphins, they put the 30-0 on the Dragons.
on the
That's the only reason they're at number one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 30-0, then they got the 30-14. I don't know what to say about the Titans, because their team is not this bad. Their team's a half decent team. Like, I guess, I know they no longer have Nanya Tino there. But Fafita came back. I don't know what he did. Looked like he did nothing. Their halves. Maybe Tanner Boyd, isn't it? Jaden Campbell had his first game back. Like, you got Brimson at centre. Maybe they need to shift him. I don't know. I feel as though they got a good enough team on paper that they should not be this bad. But for whatever reason it is. And you got Des Hasler, who's known as a defensive coach, and he's getting whooped every week by 30, which can't make him happy. And they're not scoring. It's one thing if you're getting put 30 on you, but it's another thing when you're going weeks without scoring. I'm just going to check real quick. Where is it? Where am I looking? So they scored 14 points this week. They didn't score a single points against us the week before. They had the bye, and then they scored 4 points against Titans. So in their 3 games, they scored a total of 18 points. Not good. And they have conceded a total of 30, 32, that's 62, plus 8 is 70, 80. 80 points conceded, 18 points scored. That's not good. Not good at all.
They've had 90 points conceded.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking at the stats.
I was
90
like,
points
70.
conceded.
Yeah.
And 18 scored in 4 games. Because they haven't had a bye yet, have they, the Titans?
No, they did. They had the second week bye.
So they had the second week bye.
Yeah.
Man, in 3 games.
3 games.
18 points.
Yeah.
What's the average of that?
That's 6
points per
6
game.
points a game. And you're conceding 30 points a game.
Jesus. Wow. Something's got to change. And I think it's going to be a race between Des Hasler and Jason Demetrio on who gets fired first. Because it ain't looking pretty for either one of those 2 coaches. Damn, the Titans. Y'all really suck.
Yeah. It's not looking...
Long gone are the days where the Titans used to look good or like be competitive, back when they had like Scotty Prince, Matt Rogers, then they had Kevin Gordon on the wing, David Mead, they had Will Zillman, Preston Campbell, Nathan Friend, they had Luke Bailey, Greg Bird, Mark Minicello. they had some players back in the day, bro. They had some players. Clinton Torpy.
Yeah, I remember him went there, yeah.
Far out.
I just feel, and it's been, like a year and, 4 rounds. I just don't think they ever recovered from the Bro Herbert not passing the ball. They have still not recovered from that game, because ever since that happened, nothing. Moments where they look good, like last year the story was they always blew leads. They went into halftime like ahead almost every time and somehow lost it. Well, they're not even in games this year, but yeah. I feel as though ever since the Cuzzy Herbert didn't give their ball, all downhill. I don't even know where he's at now. Is Patrick Herbert, is he still in the NRL?
Yeah, yeah, maybe at the TAB.
I feel as though his career died with that pass as well, or that not pass. Okay.
Hey, but hey, the Titans will probably give a huge payout that 1 week they do win, because it'll probably be like against the Storm or something. They'll be paying $6 at the head-to-head. So, hey, if you're a punter out there, now's your time to just bet on them every week. 1 week it'll hit. So, Come on, but Dolphins, yeah, I'm still not convinced. Same as you, I'm not convinced the Dolphins are that team yet. But hey, look, I've been proven wrong. Look what happened with the Panthers. I said that they're not quite there or thereabouts. I thought they were still looking for their identity. They've shown me that they have an identity. They know what it is, and they just exploit those weaknesses. The Dolphins haven't quite shown that yet. They've shown they got class. They've shown they can score points. But again, they've had a pretty easy run. I'd like to see. Well, obviously they play us in 2 weeks. Who do they have this week?
Are we talking about the Dolphins?
Yes.
They have the West Tigers.
Oh, that could actually be a good game.
That'd be a good game, yeah.
Because like everyone's underestimating those Tigers, man, and they're proving by beating the Eels, and the Eels were only missing Mitchell Moses, so you can't really say that. Oh, we're trash. We had nobody playing. Come on, man, it's one guy, and they beat the Sharks. And the Sharks, you know, they were coming off that huge winning streak, and this week they bounced back. So the Sharks are still there. They're not rolling over and heading towards the bottom of the table. So the Tigers are here to play this year, Fano, and it looks like Benji's doing bits. But yeah, Dolphins, Tigers might be the game of the round, just because I'd like to see where both teams are at. Because they both, I think, would be an equal match. So it'd be interesting to see where those two teams are at. Heading over to Easter Sunday, I'm assuming this is the chocolate day. Easter Sunday. I haven't Googled it, but I'm assuming we'll say that they eat the chocolate on Sundays. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't do Easter. The Warriors beat the Knights 20-12 at home at Go Media Stadium up there in Auckland. The ground conditions were good and the weather was fine. It was a good time to be a Warriors fan. However, they still let the other team back in. They don't quite close this door on any games they've played this year. They keep it open. They say, we're having a party over here. Come on in. And the Knights came on in. It was just lucky that the Warriors were able to close out with a Marcelo Montoya try in the 43rd minute to sort of give them a bit of a buffer. Yeah, because I think had Marcelo not scored that, Bradman evens it up, and I think Knights would have had enough to stay themselves in the game and get some of that momentum back. Because we know the Warriors are good at giving it back and saying, "Here's a bit more momentum." I'm still not off the Warriors train though. I'm still riding with you guys. You look great with Egan back. It's just, how do the Warriors maintain that momentum and stop leaving that door open to say, bro, we're having a party. Come on in, because it's a try-scoring fest over here. Have a bit of a. Did you see Uncle Stacey rolling up a bit of a in the coach's box?
What was he doing?
He was rolling up a spliff. They zoomed into the coach's box. Oh. I don't know what it was for. It might have been a penalty or something. And Uncle Stace is there rolling up a joint. It might have just been a cigarette, but because he's up there rolling.
What are we doing?
I'll try and clip it and send it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, the Warriors, I think, lucky to come away with a win this week. They should have scored a lot more on the Knights. They didn't have Dane Gagai. Instead, they shifted. What was his name there?
Lucas. Dylan Lucas.
Dylan Lucas, yeah, who's normally a second rower. They said that this was his first game playing in the centres, so I thought the Warriors could exploit that a bit more. Adam Pompey's, he's back. He wants to sort of prove himself, whilst Roger was playing fullback, but they didn't quite exploit it the way I thought they would, although I'm pretty sure they scored down that edge. Tavita Harris, or Harris Tavita, scored down that edge in the second half after Metcalf come off. Praying for you, brother, but I'm excited to see the team without Metcalf. Prayers up for you, my guy. 6 to 10 weeks, depending on complications. But yeah, look, I'm excited to see this team without him. I'm probably certain they'll put Chanel in the 6, and that would probably bring back Freddie onto the bench, maybe. Not too sure who they're going to go with there. I would like to see Tamari Martin having a jam at the 6. I think he was quite good in the Māori All-Star game, which is why I thought that maybe he'd get a run on here, but it looks like he's just going to play reserve grade for the rest of the year, it looks. Yeah, what do you reckon about this game, bro? How'd you find it?
I just thought RTS still got it, eh? That dude is ridiculous. I thought he outplayed Ponga. Dude, that highlight where he hit the old left step on not one, but two of them, and then settle Adam Elliott back to the floor. Jeez. Good dilemma to have, I guess, right? I mean, the question everyone wants to know is, do you keep him there, or does he go back to centre with Chance likely to come into the team this week? Well, that was always the plan.
Yeah. But I think Chance is a better game manager than Roger. I think he manages the game a lot. Like, Roger's more dynamic individually, but I think Chance blends well as a team player into that squad and doesn't need as much focus on him. He knows how to play the gaps, and he can play like the ball runner a lot better on this particular team, the way it was set up last year. So I kind of like Roger in at the centre and let him evolve, develop as a centre, and come back as injury cover for fullback.
Yeah, true that. But I don't know, man, after what I saw on the weekend, it's hard not to just keep him there. He's different. He's, even after being out for 2 years or whatever, how long it was, I think he just showed he's still elite. He's still an elite player, and he'd be an elite fullback. I know Chance he played in the centres for the Kiwis, so I'm not too sure if maybe they give him a chance at centre. I think obviously they're going to go in for a shot at the fullback and then just shift RTS back. But I know it was only one game, but fuck, he looked good. I'll say that. And
he did look good, but I also think he's a bigger body, which makes sense that he'd be in the centres as opposed to Chance. Because when they come up against the Panthers, they'll roll over him, I think, especially with the way that Tango and May run at centres. You're going to need someone who's a strong body like Suwali, like Joey Manu demonstrated, and like Tony Staggs demonstrated, that could shut down their centres.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, because I feel like Penrith are the measuring stick, so I'm just kind of thinking
definitely.
Who could match up well against their centres. It doesn't really matter about the rest of the league. It's how well can they match up against those centres.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. I guess we'll find out when they play each other and where RTS will line up. The other person that really stood out in that game was Egan. We picked him in our team of the weekend. I just thought he was electric. The way he does those runs out of dummy half when he's got to quick play the ball. And when you've got Fanua Blake, Tohu Harris, and Mitch Barnett, you get a lot of quick play the balls. And he plays off the back of them. So, yeah, look, the more I watch the Warriors, the more I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon. I wouldn't say I'm fully there, but I think from what I've seen, they are easily, to me, a top 8 team. And I think they're going to be there or thereabouts. Could they be a top 4 team? I don't see why not. As long as you got their forward pack there, you've got class in the back. Classy players. You got who I think is now an elite hooker in Egan. SJ running the show, RTS doing his thing. All I know is that you're not going to want to face the Warriors in the playoffs. They're not going to be an easy beat. They're going to be a tough out. And
especially
I think
if
they're
they
going
get
to be
home field
confident.
advantage.
Yeah. And I think that's what they'll be playing for. You want to play for having that home crowd advantage. But I think they've got the confidence in the team to beat anyone. So yeah, they're definitely a dark horse for me to take out the whole thing, which would be crazy if they did. I mean, the Bulldogs ain't going to win it anytime soon. So yeah, I'm not too sure who I'd want other. No, I'm not going to lie. I'd probably want Panthers to win it because I'm off the belief if my team doesn't win it, I want the same team to win it. So
Nah, man. Hey, if it ain't the Broncos, I want it to be the Warriors. I can't stand the Panthers. The teams I don't want is Penrith, Roosters. Who's another team I hate? Hell, the Dolphins. Those three teams.
Yeah.
Um, but hey, heading over to the final game on Sunday, it was the Sharks versus the Raiders at PointsBet Stadium, Sydney, which is Shark Park. 36-22 was the full-time score going to the Sharks. Man, the Raiders, how do you do that to the bro who drawn it up on his 200th game with the Raiders? You do him like that? No one shows up to play? No one says, bro, I got you. Let's win for you. They say, bro, we up 18-0. Let's just have a fun and we'll chill G. Relax. And that was in the first half. For the Sharks to then, in that same half, score 18 to go into the half time, square at 18 apiece coming out in the second half, level ground. 0-0 pretty much.
That,
Up to.
that game was just, I don't even know what to say. There was utter domination from the Raiders to start. It looked like what we said in the preview episode was going to happen. They didn't have any of their starting middle forwards, and they got rolled. And Danny Levi, his try was just a quick pick up. He did the old Brandon Smith, borrowed over, got it, and they look good. But like I keep saying, man, you make mistakes, you gotta pay. And we've talked about the Sharks, they're a team that once they get rolling, good luck freaking stopping them, because they are just on team. When they're on top, you're pretty much done. And that's what happened. I mean, we talked about they're up 18-0. They conceded 5 tries straight. 5 tries straight. And I think the one that really killed them was the one on a stroke of half time, which came off the bro Corey Horsburgh's mistake.
He made a few that game.
Yeah, the brother did not have a good game back. First game back for the year. Oh,
was
no.
rough.
He might, I'm not actually sure why he came in, whether he came in for injury cover or he was always going to come back, because obviously he played most of last year in the starting team. So, but that was his first
He played
game.
for Queensland last year.
Not a good first game, bro. Not a good first game at all.
Well, shake it off. He's a quality player. I'm sure he'll be able to bounce back next week. Hopefully, he doesn't bounce back in 3 weeks' time when he plays the Broncos. But hey, do your thing. Do your thing. Tarpany, he didn't do too well. He had the most run meters in the Raiders, but he wasn't as devastating as he normally is through the middle.
Yeah, I think once the Sharks got that roll going, you're pretty much, all your hit-ups are just through the middle, not an attacking territory. They're all just hard yardage work. Not saying that he's not good at it, he is, but he's good with that late footwork, late offload kind of model like Papali does. But yeah, for fuck's sakes, Raiders, really, bro, come on, you shouldn't be losing. I do want to give a shout out to the bro, Kalen Iroh. He's the one that I've been, the one that can't quite crack it because of their centers. I think there's a lot of teams that would like him, and he scored a try. He didn't look out of place. Looked good.
He was solid, man.
Yeah, he's a big boy. That's why, big boy.
Yeah, he was making plays, bro.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a game next week as well, because Nakota still got 1 week left he got 2 weeks suspension, right? So, and I think he played well enough that Talakai is probably just going to stay second row again, get him at center. And yeah, I think the Sharks, they got off to a shocking start, but they bounced back after what happened last week without all their starting props and all that. Got to give credit where credit's due. Nico Hines.
Yeah, and what a statement to make, hey, after losing to the Tigers, who everyone again thought the Tigers were going to be the joke of the league. So the Sharks ended up being the butt of a lot of jokes the other week. For them to come back, bounce back, be able to run up 18 points in the first half to level the game and then stay, keep the foot on the gas and finish out 36-22. Got to give a lot to the mental resolve of these Sharks players. New week, new game. and they looked phenomenal. So yeah, shout out to the Sharks for the bounce back effort. I'll give that comeback of the week.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about the Raiders anymore. I think we said it last week, right? Like when they played the Wars, we'll find out what team that they are, whether they're a potential playoff team or not. And this week didn't help them at all. I don't really know where to put them after this. Maybe a couple more weeks, see how they go, see how they build. But yeah, it's just I think I got more questions than answer after you blow a 18-0 lead, you Muppets.
100%. I'm with you on that one, bro. I'm with you on that one. Final game, last night's game, Easter Monday. Man, hey, look, I backed the Tigers this week, but I didn't expect it to be a game like this. And shout out Tiger fans, shout out Vince. I know you're celebrating back home. Yeah, 17-16. It was a thriller. And I don't know how Gutho missed that. He didn't just miss that final kick. He shanked it. So the Eels in the last 3 seconds of the game had an opportunity. Like I'm pretty sure the timer went off anyway, and he had the opportunity to win the game. You know how like as a kid, you got a tee lined up at the park. You're like, 3 seconds on the clock to win the game. Rauri Ratahi steps back, and then you go and kick it. As a kid, you probably miss 90% of those kicks that you line up and take. Well, those kicks looked exactly like how Gutho kicked that kick. Man, he had the chance to win that, and I bet you he's filthy with himself for missing that. Like I said about Lachlan Galvin making the team of the week, even being Simbin, he was still able to make such an impact. And I think he made more of an impact after he came back from being benched. You gave him 10 minutes of a break. He had some water. He got to chill out a bit, and he came back with some new energy, and he just ran amok, man. So I know Uppy's like, thank gosh, I've got some help this year. I'm not all alone. I feel like it's Justin Olam. That's been a huge signing for them. Just a big gritty centre, able to bowl over the middle. I'm liking this Tigers side. I don't think that they're a top 8 side, but I'm enjoying watching them play, man. They play some fun footy.
The one thing I took away from the game yesterday was their forward pack. I think you said it in their first game against Canberra. Their middle forwards look skinny, like they need a bulk up. But bro, they won that battle. They took it to Campbell Gillard and Polo. I don't know if Hopgood started or came off the bench. And I think he came off the bench because I seen Madison early in the game. They took it to them, bro, and they won that battle, and it showed. Normally, Para, that's where they look to dominate, with their stacked forward pack, get that good go forward ball, then give it to the backs to pretty much finish the job. But they couldn't. The Tigers were like, nah. They met them head on. Clemmer, good game. Stefano, great game. I thought Bateman and Papali on the edges did their jobs. I was really, really impressed. And yeah, I know we normally joke and saying, "Oh, all alone uppy," but I actually thought today was all alone Gutho. I thought that man was just literally by himself. In a game where Mitchell Moses isn't there, and you finally get to take the reins as the dominant half, and you come up with that game, Dylan Brown. Oh, he wasn't even there, and it felt like I think we all kind of expected that Guffo would be the second playmaker, even though they named that rookie Blaze there.
Blaze, yeah.
I don't think it shocked any of us that Guffo was going to be, if it wasn't going to Brown, it was going to go to Guffo. And it showed, and he was easily the best eel on the field. But Dylan Brown, that not his best game. And if that's what they look like without Moses, I'm worried. I'm very, very worried. But gotta give credit to the Tigers, man. they scored their early try. They made a couple errors, which is where I thought the Eels were kind of gonna roll over them, and they didn't. I think they defended like 3 or 4 sets on their line, and that came through to show in the end. Because to be honest, it looked like the Eels couldn't score to save them lives. Other when it was Guffo doing shit, or pretty much had to make something out of nothing. But Tigers, maybe it's just 2 lucky weeks in a row. We'll see what they do next week. But
Hey man,
I'm concerned for the Eels if that's the performance against. Oh, actually, maybe the Tigers are just better than we think they are, than I think they are. But yeah, Dylan Brown, you got to step your game up, man. That was not a great game from you. Guffo looked all alone.
he really did. He really did. Yeah, I think this week's Cummings game, the Tigers versus Dolphins, will be a telling game for us to see where they are. Whether or not it's been a couple of lucky wins or they're actually a quality side this year. So huge reps to Benji for being able to turn this club around, finding some culture within this club. These leadership players like Uppy, Justin Olam would be another player I'd consider, that veteran leadership that you can surround these young players with. Again, coming from a winning culture in Melbourne. And this is just me, man. Do you reckon Luai is going to add a lot more to this team? What more? Where do you see Luai fitting? Is he going to shift to 7? Galvin's plays a 6 still, or does Galvin move to 7, Luai the 6, or do we just lose Galvin altogether?
I think Galvin's playing too well to lose him. I'd say he's probably going to go to 7. Luai might stay at 6. But, we talked about it in the Panthers game, right? First game without Cleary, and Luai has his best game. So I know everyone talks about he just kind of rode the coattail of Cleary, but he's also a really, really good player himself. And I think when he goes to the Tigers, he's going to be put into a position where he kind of has to take more of the reins. And I think he's going to show it, and I think he's going to show when his elite is. Well, I think he's a classy player. Bit of a grub, but classy player nonetheless. And you got him and Galvin. That's a good-looking halves pairing, or better than anything else they could put out, right?
Yeah. But do you think his style of footy, especially the grubbiness that comes with him, is suited to that Tigers play style? They don't have too much mongrel in that Tigers pack.
Yeah, that's why they need him. You'll have no choice but to get mongrel with him, because he's gonna obviously, you can't touch your halfback, so they're gonna have to step up to the plate. I think they'll be fine because of Uppy. I still see him being the one to pull the strings and to kind of lead the team around, and you just let Luai be Luai. I mean, how many whacks did he put on that Thursday night games? He was stepping people left, right, and centre. Just ad-lib footy, eyes up footy. Galvin kind of looks the same. He can just see things and just go. Makes a quick call and, not afraid of the moment. You have those two, just let Uppy control it in the middle there with the forwards, move them around. And you have Buller at the back. Olam looks good. I think they might still be missing a centre, I think. Because who's the other centre? Like if I had to think of a position where they could still improve. Oh, that Solomon. Actually, no, he had a pretty good game. Junior Tupou.
Hey, maybe they should reach out to the Dragons and pick up Lomax.
Hey, I mean, Olam on one side, Lomax on the other.
Yeah, then you've got a goal kicker.
Not bad. Yeah, Uppy is the goal kicker.
Yeah, but hey, all trust in Lomax, man. He is doing bits, brother.
Yeah, he is.
He is doing bits.
Yeah,
he would have shanked that kick like Gutho did.
You know what I
thought?
Although
he shanked one.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
bro, socials was going ham on him for like, because his ex is obviously Jessica Sturgis, right? And her new man plays for Manly.
Oh, okay.
So everyone was like going, boom, that was a kick for Jessica Sturgis. I was like, y'all are too savage, man. Y'all are too savage.
What I was gonna say with that Guffo kick, I thought he thought about it too much. Like he went through his processes, but instead of just going through like each stage and just kicking it like it's a normal kick, I reckon he overanalyzed it, and that's why he pulled it. You know,
Yeah.
those because those last ones, like it's hard to say it's just another kick when you know it's not. You know, they say, oh, you know, you want to kick every kick the same, go through your processes, go through, you know, your steps, and just make your way through. That's what makes it easier. And yeah, it does, but cometh the man, cometh the hour. You know, those kicks to win just have that much little bit on them, man. People tend to, I think, if you're a kicker that pushes it or pulls it, you tend to do the opposite of moments like that because you know it. So you kind of want to compensate more often than not. Kickers will overcompensate in that moment, and I think that's what happened because he knew the minute he kicked it, right? You can, most times with stuff like, to me, like kicking, not really like shooting a ball, but you know the minute you hit it whether it's good or not. You don't actually have to look at it. You know, you can just tell off the feel, how it came off.
Yeah.
It's almost instant, and yeah, his face, he knew straight away.
And that's tough. Like even the greats, Jonathan Thurston, that grand final versus the Broncos in regular time had the opportunity to win it from the sideline. You know, their childhood setup. Everyone dreams of kicking it, and yeah. Although he didn't shank it as much as Gullo did, it just missed.
He talks about that, why he missed it. He did
Thurston?
he did a clip, like he analysed it and he knew why he missed it. I think he said because he didn't take the ball back to the normal spot, he shifted it. Because like, if you watch the kick, it's not directly on the sideline. He moved it in and he moved it. It's either, I know he moved it in a couple of meters, but I can't remember if he moved it back like an extra meter or he moved it forward. So it wasn't in the normal spot where he would normally kick it. See? You know who would have made that kick though? Hazemel Masri. Hit him up. He's got that game winner against the Knights. Yup.
Yeah, Bulldogs have always had like solid kickers away because like before Al Masri, you had that commentator, the bald fella.
Yeah, Halligan.
Yeah. So
he's pretty much just been taught all of them. Like well, I'm pretty sure because I know he worked with he's worked with DC as well, like Dan Carter. For kicking, like he's worked with a lot of the top. Pretty much, if you're an elite kicker or like goal kicker, more often than not, you've probably had a session with Daryl Halligan.
He's a Kiwi,
yeah. Yeah, he's a Kiwi.
Yeah, the GOAT of kickers.
Yeah,
as a league player, not Dan Carter.
Yeah, because I know I'm pretty sure they've had a few sessions because even Dan Carter's talked about it a few times. I think he was saying that like, after I had those sessions with him, it kind of took his kicking to, I mean, it was already an elite level, but you know, and I think it was just those minute stuff. At that point, it's not so much the mechanics, it's all just in your head, eh?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just getting in that state of flow.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, hey, what a Easter weekend, long weekend, great weekend of footy, man. Some great games on. Here's the changes to the power rankings this week. So I'll run through these pretty quickly. Moving up from third to first because Melbourne had the bye this week. Remember, so our rule is if you have a bye week, you don't move up or down, you stay the same. So Melbourne had the bye this week, so they were safe at 2. So we got Panthers at 1, Storm at 2, Cowboys dropped from first to third, Roosters climbed from 5th to 4th. The Broncos with the biggest jump went from 10th to 5th. The Warriors up there from 8th into 6th place now. The Dolphins with a big jump from 11th up into 7th. They've been slowly growing each week as time has gone by. The biggest drop this week is the Manly Sea Eagles from 2nd down to 8th after losing to the Dragons. Sharks, the same. They stayed in ninth. They were ninth last week and remained in ninth this week. Parramatta dropped from 6th to 10th after their loss to the Sharks. Then we've got the Tigers up there in 11th. Behind them is St. George Illawarra Dragons at 12th, Canberra Raiders at 13th, the Bulldogs at 14th, the Bunnies at 15th, the Knights at 16th, and in last place we've got the Gold Coast Titans. So some movers and shakers this week. Any surprises that stand out to you?
No, not really. Still early in the season. Kind of, like that. I think teams are starting to fall into place. That middle's kind of looking murky. I think go a couple more weeks and we'll find out, who's in that elite tier, the rest of the field, or that top 8 and everyone else. But to be honest, bro, it's looking pretty solid, I'd say.
Yeah, and again, remember, so the list that we just read out to you, it isn't the ladder. So the ladder looks completely different to this. This isn't based on wins and losses. This is based on who you've won and how convincing, who you've won against and how convincing that win was or that loss was. And we take into account injuries, depleted squads, beating a depleted squad versus beating a full strength squad, beating a top 4 team versus beating a Gold Coast Titans. All of those things get taken into consideration in terms of our power ranking. But that's how our power ranking sits this week, with the Penrith, Storm, Cowboys, and Roosters taking out our top 4. Look, after the way the Broncos beat the Cowboys on Friday night, I think the rest of the league are going to see them as pretenders, and I think we might see them dropping a little bit further. I'd hope that they'd stay up there. I remember at the start of the year, I said all 4 teams from Queensland would make the top 8 this year. Well, it looks like maybe we'll get 2. Dolphins are trying to say we'll be the 3rd. Titans have no chance at all. Unless they go on like a 20-game win streak, they got no chance.
Just you already, week 4, 3 games, and Titans already out of it, eh? They should just be booking their tickets to Bali now.
Well, you show me 3 teams that are worse than the Titans.
Yeah, look, I think it's. So if we look at this first month,
didn't you beat the Titans?
Yeah, we smoked them. But this first month, they've definitely been the worst team, I'd say. I don't even think it's even close. It's them all the way at the bottom. If I had to say who the best team was, I'm going with the Panthers. They lost their first game against Storm in a close one. And ever since then, they've kind of been ticking all the boxes. Team that surprised me, I'd have to go with the Tigers. I didn't see this, annoyingly.
Yeah.
And I'll say the Tigers and the Dragons. They're the 2 teams that have surprised me. The team that's disappointed me the most have been the Knights. And Souths. Those are 2 teams that I did not see being where they are. But it's only 4 weeks in. It's the first month's done with now. We know a little bit. But again, it's looking like it's shaping up to be a competitive comp, man. No one's really pulled away yet. Every team has tasted defeat. Titans the only team that haven't won a game. Yeah.
See, they're undefeated in losses. They stay losing. Who do they got this week? They got the Tigers? No, that's the Dolphins.
They have the Cowboys.
That's right. Another Queensland derby.
They got the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. So, look, bounce back win for the Cowboys in this week. No, look, that's solid. Lots to look forward to there. A few injuries for lots of teams, lots of players. I know my fantasy team has taken a hit. I'm looking to drop Pia Kura this week. I'm unsure if I'm going to drop Cleary because he's injured or Haas because he's injured as well. I already got rid of Reece Walsh. I signed the Hammer and I signed Salmon. Salmon didn't do that great, man. So he might go too. Might get rid of Salmon. Salmon and Piakuda, I need to get a new hooker because I've only got Brendan Smith on the side, so I'm looking to pick up maybe a Danny Levi if he's cheap enough. Like if I sell Cleary, I'm picking up Harry Grant.
Yeah.
I'm picking up Harry Grant. I've got no players on the bench that score points. So yeah, that might put Ben Trebojevic on the bench, move Hopgood to the edge, put Brandon Smith in the middle, and then put Harry Grant at hooker, and yeah, sell off either Haas or Cleary along with Piakuda. And that's how we're looking like on our fantasy team. And my fantasy team is called Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Like money.
Bloody hell.
Man, so yeah, that's it. Have you got any big plans for the week ahead?
No, I need to get back into some sort of groove. If I'm being honest, get back into the grind and just keen to watch some more footy. And yeah, keep following the teams.
That's the one. Yeah, Sam, I got darts tonight, so get back out there. We come off a big loss last weekend, but we lost to the reigning champs. Tonight we're playing against our second team, so we've got two teams in the comp. We've got our A team, and we're apparently the B team, but we've got more wins than our A team because they had the first week bye. So GG's in the chat. Hopefully we can get some wins there. I'm going up against my mum, my uncle. So hopefully we get some wins against them. And then same again, looking forward to some footy this weekend. It's going to be good. Looking to hook into that. Man. Broncos, I can feel a victory coming up this week. Hopefully the TAB is a little bit kinder to us this week. I've got 0 wins at the TAB this year. My actual win-loss percentage must be miserable.
Yeah, I think I actually got to be a little bit smarter, not necessarily go for these 8-leg parlays. We might just have to do a couple of maybe 2 or 3 leg parlays, you know what I mean? Or same game multi, but yeah. It's not happening so far. So we might do a change of tactics on Thursday. We'll see how that works.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it up to the hands of AI. I'm gonna give them the results of all the previous games. I'm gonna put the ladder in, and I'm gonna give it our power rankings, and then I'm gonna get that to pick my head-to-heads. So, yeah, if I can't win, surely AI can. But don't forget, Fano, we got these hats we're giving away. All you've got to do is comment down below your favorite player, and you're in the draw. We will ship this worldwide, so near or far, this will manage to get out to you soon. So, shout out to 99 Dreams for sponsoring the show, keeping the lights on for us, and giving us some shit to give away. Any final words, brother, before we close on out? It's over to you.
Once again, just want to thank you to all of our supporters out there, near or far. I really do appreciate it. We're still at the humble beginnings, and we'll be interested to see where this goes. We do have big plans. It's just going to take a time, but if you're not up to anything, feel free to join us on this journey on all of our platforms. Feel free to follow and like, and yeah, if you got anything to say, man, chuck it in the comments, hit us up in the DMs. We'll definitely reply to you. But other than that, look forward to seeing everyone on Thursday. Until then, Church of the Church, Mā te wā.